Greetings to one and all. You know, the whole world right now is in misery when it comes to sickness. From your diabetes to your blood pressure, your sinusitis, your allergies, your rhinitis, meningitis, tuberculosis, hepatitis, jaundice, cirrhosis, asthma, bronchitis, pneumonia, emphysema, laryngitis. Then your cancer, whether breast cancer or blood cancer, Crohn's. Then you have the viruses, syphilis, herpes, HIV. Then you have the female sicknesses. And all of these ailments that is in the earth, numerous. Bipolar, Parkinson, epilepsy, motor ataxia, all type of neuro disease and nephro diseases, liver problems. Then you have a sciatica, arthritis, rheumatism, lumbago, and all type of skin disease. Now, many names, we call them labels, are plasters. So many different names for so many different sicknesses. It's crazy, very, very crazy. But we look into all of this and we say to ourselves, the Almighty God is amazing. Why? Because there's millions of herbs on this planet, of plants, millions upon millions. So why are we sick? We are not supposed to be sick. We're not supposed to be sick. Let's say we feel a little hitch or scratch or a little cold or a little fever or flu. But it's not supposed to be lingering on. It's not supposed to be staying there for weeks and days and months and years. And our constitution is in a perplexed form. We're not sure why is it staying there and why is it that it cannot be removed. As in much that I should think that's what people think. If we can find our balance into some form of a disciplinary action, because that is what people are shouting. They are not disciplined. Especially to the right things. There's an abundance of plants on this planet. Let's say in your first world countries, you maybe can't find them. Yes, we understand that. And so you would have to buy them from your health food stores. That is understandable. But in reality, there's these what we call Caribbean islands and a whole heap another other countries out there that have so much plants. And since we live in a world now where courier service is so plentiful, we're not having a problem then to ship plants or herbal products right across the entire globe. So we don't have any excuse then Now, all these ailments and these sicknesses that we just talk about, all of them can be removed. Genesis 1 verse 29, what did it say? And I give thee the herbs for thy healing and the fruits for thy meat. In the book of Ecclesiasticus, the Almighty say, again, when thou art sick, when you are sick, you must find a physician and pray. Remember, it is I who made the plant and also the man. So, and if you look at numerous scriptures in the book of Jubilee, he also said to Noah, give the children of Israel plans to preclude, which means to prevent the demons from enter. And if he is there, use that same plant to take them out. Now, during the ages, not just in the 20th century, but from the beginning of time, because plants was here on this planet, I should think before man arrived, there was vegetation, the planet was here, and God created humans, put them here, and when they came, their fruits was here, which was their only food. After a while now, man fall from them ice farm and start to cook. So in reality, we were never supposed to be cooking. The Almighty God never gave us any pot. No, He didn't. We were eating fruits. That is our meat. But now we fall and we come right down to our lowest self and end up right into what we call our lowest chakra. So we become lustful and very gluttonous. So eating up all the flesh from off the earth. And the more our digestive system, the more our digestive system is jammed up with these meat that cannot be processed, metabolized, or digest. Then the information that is sent to the brain is corrupted. From there, all these centuries we've been eating up all the animals off the earth. Yes, man is getting sicker and sicker. Just remember also, while we were in the Garden of Eden, we were having all these fruits, I should think. Isn't it so? And then when we were driven out, we come into what we will call out world. And we couldn't find these precious fruits anymore. I may be wrong, but if you look good, people, outside of an accident, so let's say you have a bike accident, you may fall off, you get some trauma, you may break bones, tear up ligaments and triceps and biceps, and blood vessel burst. That's an accident with a bike, a car, a bus, a truck, a van, a bicycle. Let's say you get a chop, or you get a shot, or you get a stab. Those are physically damaged. But if that is not the case, and you find yourself sick, you have to ask the question, where did this sickness comes from? Where it come from? Ask yourself that question. Where this sickness came from? We want to know. Say a sickness as pneumonia. donor that is evil. And this sickness is that the blood get contaminated with a whole heap of mucus. And anything that is supposed to pass through your lungs, anything at all, anything, when it comes to oxygen, the blood carried through the lungs pipe. But for some reason now, the blood having a whole heap of mucoid matter, whole heap of mucus. Remember, your constitution internal is lined with mucus. Now the good one, as your body was created with a mucus sheet, you could say maybe epithelial tissues, and to me, I may be wrong again. It is the first line of defense to trap invaders and flush them out. Yes, your body have a epithelial tissue, or what they call myelin sheet, and you have what they call pimator and dormator on top of your brain. These are thin layer sheet mucus base. So no other form of food that have like highly food, fried product, what we call in our country, Jamaica, gravy. When you cook up the ingredients in oil, fried down and put in all the ingredients and it highly, and you drink that, you must have respiratory tract infection from doing that. Then you eat, you put a lot of butter in there. People eat up a whole heap of cheese, cold food, cold juices, them whole heap of synthetic rice, synthetic flour, and whole heap of dairy products. All of these things, and you start cough, a little cough every now and then until it develop into a big cough. Then you end up with consumption. You end up with halitosis, sinus gland drain. The cribriform plate get disrupted in your brain. And when you look inside of your coccyx, it get contaminated with all the waste and plaque and parasite and clog up around these bone structure inside of your body. Your spinal cord now are strained because you put on so much weight in your belly. Your constriction, your ligamental tissues losing elastic fiber. The ability we usually have get cut down. You're not so strong anymore. You're not so determined anymore. You're not so active anymore. Whether physicality, just to play some football or whatever sports you're into, that is deprived. Why is it deprived? Why is it deprived? Why is it deprived? Because you're losing what we call elastic fiber. The body loses elasticity. Why? Because the food where I eat and the drinks where I drink, all the alcohol beverage where I take, deprive you of these things. Stretch out, your body stretch out. So we start to age slowly but surely. Then remember now, food brings stress, worry, fear, panic, depression, and confusion. You're not sure anymore because your gut, your digestive system pack and stockpile with waste. That is what is going on. And in the realms of reality, you cook food that have maybe about a 3 pound, put it less than, let's say you're eating for the entire day maybe 3 pounds of food. I mean, some people eat more, but in one go or in one plate, you may be having more just a pound. Rice and peas and whole heap of chicken and gravy, and then some form of juice. And when you go to, if any at all, you're having any bowel action, you will not let out back half pound of that food where you just eat. No, none of that will come out. Maybe less than an ounce. Because the food cannot make the transition from this hard state where it's inner and this stringy state where it's inner and this cold juice. No, when you eat cold food or drink cold drinks, it cut down, it impair digestion. It's supposed to make a transition from hard to liquid base. That's the body can break it down to liquid. It have to make transition from hard to liquid. That transition is not taking place. It's not. Because the peristalsis in a problem. Too much of those evil food coming in too fast. And what happened? The body can't break it down that fast. So 6 meal come meet up on one, or 9 or 21 meal or 25, 27 meal and meet up on the very first one. And the body keep on expand. Now when you're young, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 to 28. Let's say you're agile, very active, full of life force, you're not ruined yet. You maybe don't even have any children yet, whether girl or boy. So your life pretty much not so turmoil. Maybe you're still in your mother and father house at 28, you never know. Some people left already, but some stay. The family house is there. You're not paying on light bill, no water rate. You may be just a look incentive. Now, the pressure of life no reach you. As soon as you go up on your own, you have to pay light bill, water rate, rent, and you have children to take care of. Oh my God. You're not eating right, and then you stress out. You might go to your party, and you go to some form of party, dance hall, or wherever you go to, maybe some clubs, and you drink and you have a warm time. You're intoxicated. So now the liver start to ruin. The kidneys, the adrenal glands, them are under pressure. The circulatory system toxic from the food we left in your gut. Because the impurity of the dead food that we eat have a way when it stay in the bag, in the gut. It drains and it creates a whole heap of parasitic agent because it's meat. And anywhere dead meat there, it will breed a parasite. So when we look at that situation, you won't get any oxygen from your digestive system, and your brain will be impaired because your gut stuck up bare dead tissues, stagnated water that is contaminating your blood. Some people end up with pooch, leaky gut syndrome, irritable bowel syndrome, tiny holes in your intestine, and things that drain all over in your body and mess up the flow of energy. No, so we don't have to wonder why people sick. We know why them sick. And we don't have to wonder why them take long to heal, because them continue to eat the same food was sick them in the first place. But yet, the world is full, or we could say abundance of plants is on this planet. Abundance of plant is here. There's no business for us to be staying sick. No. Because the first thing to do to fight out now these respiratory tract infection are the clogging in our digestive system. Because if we do not clean the digestive system, your immune system will have no power. No power at all it won't have. As a matter of fact, not only your immune system, but your entire constitution within will not have no power. You impair, you breach. It's only a matter of time that you have to go to a doctor for all type of sicknesses. Because the digestive system controls, I think, 80% of the immune power. Now remember, everything starts with your food. As we will talk about, if it is not some accident, then your food. Now, all these food will pack up in your gut. And your bag of what we call your gut gets saturated and it drains all over your constitution internal. You have to take all type of something, but you not got a bathroom to flush it out. That you can get internal oxygen. That is where in man erectile dysfunction comes in. Pre-ejaculation. That is where the woman them polycystic ovarian syndrome, fibroid, breast cancer begins. That is where your arthritis, your rheumatism, your sciatica start. That is where your central nervous system get impaired and maybe a shake. That is where the memory problems them come in, signaling them weak because there's too much blockage in your digestive system, and other systems is getting affected, like your endocrine system, where your diabetes is, your pancreatic gland, and the man them with them prostate issues. Yes, same system. Ovaries in the female. That is where our teeth problem. That's right where our teeth problems then begins, and that is where our conjunctivitis, ophthalmia, glaucoma comes from. Because remember now, your eyes is connected to your teeth by the optic nerves. And so when you start having one problem, oh God, them start spread right out inside of your body. So what do we do with this type of knowledge? How we gonna fix these problems? Because it is very important to know how to fix them. Very important, very, very important that you know how to at least begin process of healing to get you into a healthy state, healthy mind, body, spirit, and soul. Because the great emperor never make any mistake when he created, or let's say, make the plans them and put here before you come. Because in the book of Jubilee, he said he knows that his children will not follow the path, the way that has been set before them. Them very disobedient and rude and outside and disrespectful. Them not go follow. And because of them evil ways, these are the things that will befall them. Sicknesses and tormentation. If you look what happened to our minds on a daily basis, so much torment and avengers come into your mind I said, go on down there, so. Nobody go up there, so. Do this to that person there. Nobody do it. All right, come back down there, so. Confusion in a people's life daily. And so we don't get to master our mind. And we need to master our mind. Be master of mind rather than mastered by mind. So we don't get to master the income or the outcome. So we end up in some serious problems when it comes to our health. But yet the world is in abundance of plants. We want to make sure, since we are in what we call a modern era, Earth has been modern a long time, millions of years, not just in 2020, 25. Earth has been modern long, from the beginning of time, Earth been modern. Nothing is new under the sun. The sun never stopped shining for sure. The breeze never stopped to blow. There's no time in life where this earth has been deprived of oxygen. Everything that is in the bowels of Mother Nature from the beginning of time, in our time, it has been here. It never changed and it never go nowhere. And it will never ever move. So, plants has been here all these centuries from the beginning of time. From the beginning of time, plants has been here. And they ain't going nowhere. Remember that. So, if it take us out of this evil sicknesses, we realize that the digestive system has to be cleared from its blockage. By doing just that, visiting the commode, visiting your bathroom at least 2 times per day. Good bowel action. Every time you eat, within 2 hours, you must visit the bathroom. Every time you eat. Cooked food been known to take at least a day or 2 days to process, or what we say, balance. We won't even say digest, because we know it's not digest. That's why the belly them get so big. Vegetable, I think it's 18 hours. 18 hours vegetable take to process or metabolize. Fruits on the other hand take 3 hours. Which one is best? Fruits, but we adapted or we have bad habits to eat wrong. We love the taste of flesh. That is what makes us so lustful, and we get so gluttonous. People get greedy. People get craven. And look at all the what we call sinful behavior in the planet. It all begins in our mind. And so it all begins with the food what we eat. Is the food sending the right information to the brain? No. One would say, why would you say that? Look how much powerful people is on the planet, creative people, brilliant people. Yes, but check this as an example. If you're going through the street and you smell something awful, like really stinky, you put your hand over your nose, and you maybe, if you're in your vehicle, you wind up your glass fast, and you carry up your glass. Oh my God, it smells awful. It smells so awful. You cover up your nose. But yet people have halitosis, what they call stinking breath. trilethylamine chemical, which them express as a scent inside of your gut. So if you pass what we call wind, or in just raw nature, in Jamaica, we would say you fart. It smells awful. It can upset people so bad, and people get vexed. People get so vexed from when somebody eats them body, and it smells so awful, so awful. It smells real bad. I mean, many of them experience, some may know what me I talk about firsthand. You understand me? When people pass wind, oh my God, so, trust me, man. You have to wonder if them alive. When you go to the bathroom to defecate, oh God, I alone have to stay in the bathroom. You can't open the door. You can't open the door. As soon as you come out of the bathroom, you have to shut back the door right away. As soon as you come out of that bathroom that you just defecate in, you have to close it back fast, because somebody outside I go get offended because it smells awful. No human being should be having this type of situation going on in them life. That is an unhealthy state of body, mind, spirit, and soul. But yet, this is what is going on. This is exactly what is going on. So, from that you can tell that's not a healthy body. So the people who produce great things in this earth is marvelous and great. But personally, they could be even greater if the body was more healthier. And that is why when people reach at a certain age, as soon as they catch into your 40s, your creative genius state start to deprive. Your genius start to left you. And then a more younger youth have to come now, you know, a young boy or a young girl now have to born again, reach them teens or them early 20s and create. The genius is just now a history of our elders. All of it just become history. So what we are saying, when we look through and gain insight of knowledge, first thing in our people at certain age, the memory get impaired. Thinking straight and acting right, people lose it. Especially now, go back to 150 years, it was bad, but not so bad. Since this 20th century here, oh my God, crazy. It's crazy. In the 20th century, it's crazy, and it's only getting much crazier. But yet, in earth, there's an abundance of plants. So much plants is on this planet. It's amazing. Look at the vegetation of life. What would we do without plants providing food? Your fruits them that is amazing from these trees. And now we plant our little vegetable garden. And so we get a little pak chai, we little chocho, okra, and all the other vegetables them were naturally grown. We are not talking about the ones that man created. We are talking about the ones that God Almighty create, where the molecular structure is complete. So everything to heal your constitution is here. You have no excuse. You just have to learn about these beautiful plants that is here on Mama Earth. She provides them for you. The radiance of the sun is the first healing. So let's dive now into the healing stream. There's a saying, they give the sunlight names, co-calical for cereal. And so that enter your skin and you feel warm. If you are an African descendant, your sunlight won't do nothing. If you are a European, then you maybe need to rub on some farmer lotion because you're not eating right. But if you eat right, if the European man, which is the white man and white woman, eat right, they too can go in the sun without any problem. If they eat right, cut out all these meat and synthetic food that they eat, you will find out they too can take the sunlight. Remember, every soul that has a body that come on this planet knows that constitution, know that the most powerful force on this planet is sunlight. And so that constitution that you call a body can adjust. It is the way how we eat and drink. No, our African people, our black people know, if they have high blood pressure or certain ailments, they too cannot take sunlight. They will tell you if them walking in the sun, they might drop down. Why? Because they are constantly dehydrated. They don't drink water. They drink synthetic juices. The blood cannot get to move how it's supposed to move because sugar damages your nerves. The sun is a powerful source or force to be reckoned with. And the sun only deals with purity. You have to purify. So if you are contaminated and in the sun, you will sweat. It will remove the toxic water from your body. You will get dehydrated. You will drop down. If you have natural water running through your constitution, remember, it has been said that your body runs underneath 85% water. 85% water your body runs on. So you're not supposed to be in a situation where you cannot walk in the sun. The first thing to do when you are sick is find that sun. Sit down. You need that light. I don't want to tell in a lie if it's UVA or UVB, but one of them, I will check again, where that light from the sun begins to purge you. When you sit into the sun, just close your eyes and look into the sun and make it start to cleanse the brain, clean the brain. Now remember, by looking into the sun with your eye closed, just sit down quiet and look into the sun. Or after you look into the sun and you hold on your head, you stay in that same way. It goes center right on your solar plexus, right at your thoracic system right there. And just by getting in that sun and you start to sweat, if you stay there long enough, you will realize that you feel much better. It is a good, beautiful exercise. And you need to do this at least 4 mornings for the week. Right in the morning when the sun in a full power just rising up from the east. The next thing you want to do when you wake up in the morning, drink a cup of warm water or room temperature water because it helps to neutralize the acid and the starch in your body. Before you go to your bed also, you drink a cup of water because cleansing begins at 11 p.m. in the night. So when you drink a cup of water before you go to bed. Like an hour before you go to bed, you just drink 1 cup of water. Room temperature. Cold water impair digestion. Cold food impair digestion. Cold water impair digestion. So you know, for drink nothing cold or eat nothing cold. Just putting that on the table. So you drink a cup of water hour before, 1 hour before you go to bed. That's it. And you drink it slow. Meditate on the water when you're drinking it and what ability it have to do with your body, internal. And you know, you take your regular shower. Yes, very important. You take 2 baths per day. If you can do 3, that's good. Because water is life. Now, before exercise also, you drink a cup of water. Now, water is life. We were in our mother's belly. Amniotic fuel, them call it. Yes, it was a bag of water. And then she said, her water break. It's time for you now to come to this planet out of water. So why are we drinking juice and not water? Why? Makes no sense. But anyway, you know now that you're supposed to drink it daily. You don't have to drink a whole bottle one time. Sip on it, sip it. It will more concentrate when you sip it. When you drink, put it ahead and gobble it down. It drowns the internal body. That's not how water is supposed to drink. It is supposed to be respected and drink the right way. If you're in any form of island, outside of the first world country, them, you have jelly, what we call coconut or cocos. That water is amazing with its electrolyte. And if you can get melon with seeds, that's also amazing. But remember now, water is also important. All right? Now, so by drinking water good, and then now you're getting these herbs. The earth is full of plants. We're not supposed to be sick. Now, there's a saying that at certain age, our thymus gland reduce in size or it's being depleted out of our constitution. We are not sure if that is the truth or a fact. But let's say it's like that. There's an important role for the thymus gland. It is a training camp up there. In other words, the bone marrow send these young soldiers to be trained by the thymus gland. But if there's no trainer, so you go into war in a physical form, humans and people who sign up to be a soldier, them can't just take them out of them parents' house and send them on the battlefield. Them have to go a training for a couple of years to know how to fight war. Same thing is going on inside of your body. Same thing. So the thymus gland has that duty, that responsibility to train these soldiers, but there is none. There is none. So that's a confusion right there. Now, then the immune system have to take them, and the circulatory system have to power them up with enough blood for them to go up on the battlefield. So in reality, they will lose the war in most cases because they were not trained properly. That is the war we are fighting. How did we get there to lose in our thymus gland? Something happened long time ago, beyond our control. Yes, beyond our control. But we always say, if this is the reality with the thymus gland, then you have the spleen, you have globulin and albumin also help as a defensive mechanism to fight and remove impurities from your body. And then you have your BRCA genes that alarm and tell the body, hey, virus is coming. Very important. What we do, since we have so much herbs on this planet and knows the function of the constitution, knows exactly what they need to do and where they need to target to remove black waste. 3 things in the body that cause all the sicknesses. Parasites, very evil. These parasitic agents, very evil. Then we have coal, what we call mucus. The same thing that you spit out, or you blow your nose and blow it out. Then you have waste, literally feces, stuck or bind to your internal digestive system. And if you have leaky gut syndrome, that same waste, whether the water, stagnating water, or feces itself leak in other places, other realms inside of your body and moving by the blood. So those are the 3 major things we fight. All the sicknesses come from these 3 things. Now, if you got leaky gut syndrome, irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, cholesterol issues, the first thing to do is seal it. It is like a road. You're driving on the road, yes, and then you drop right into the pothole. And it lick out some strut and ball joint out of your car. Your tire maybe even bust. That is what pothole does to people's car. Look at your circulatory system and look at your digestive system. So your digestive system corrode with all type of holes. Yes, and parasites, mucus, waste, breach. So let's say we want to look at the physical form of life. Everything we say happen physically in a life itself is taking place in your internal constitution. The way all you see human make the world with all these buildings or whatever, car or truck or bike or bus or buildings, anything we see them do physically, it also happen internally in your constitution. We use the physical world as an example, I myself, to help heal people also, because I realize it's the same thing happening, things moving back and forth. Yes, so let's say there's irritable bowel syndrome. You want to fix that. A good plant. Let me dive a little bit now into the plants and how they work inside of the constitution. Now, the first thing to ward off sicknesses from the constitution before going to the gut is to start eating right. You have to discontinue the bad practice that you can metabolize. So simultaneously, we will do this. First thing, you have to go to the almighty food, and that is fruits. And you could add also sea moss, what we call Irish mash. You have to change the food if you decide to get well from your ailments. There's no way you're going to sit in conflict of interest, because you don't want to clean out the evilness and then put it in back, because you're not under control or you cannot discipline your mind to stay healthy, because you have so much bad habits over decades of farming this unhealthy lifestyle that even when you feel good, you miss the bad feeling. That is when you know so the brain get real messed up. So the first thing is to change the way we eat. That's the first thing, change the way we eat. While taking these herbal products, you have to change the food. So you change the food now, all right, fine. And you're eating up your fruits. And if you cook good food. But less cooked food is better whenever time you purge yourself back into a healthy state. Now, we want to activate the systems that train soldiers to fight out what evil is inside of the body. You have to, it's a must, bone and compound, get the system that fight for you internal. Your immune system is a defense system, but it needs help. So water is important to activate the immune system. Yes, then the gut have to clean. That's why you need water. When you take herbs, you need sufficient amount of water for flushing while we're cleansing the digestive system. So we're going to go inside the body, right in the digestive system, because it controls the immune system. And when you get Cascara Sagrada bark is a good start. A cup a day of that bark or 2 cups of that bark per day in tea farm is good to start the flushing. If there's any pooch, whether you know or not, if there is this tiny holes inside of your digestive system, we have to patch it out. So you are doing the cascara bark. If the cascara bark liquid drop through those little holes, it's good. But let's seal it. Some mutamba bark, basida bark, is a good bark to seal the broken tissues inside of your digestive system. Whether you know or not, if that happens, you still need to do it. So the mutamba bark is to clear out, clean out the digestive system, the colon, the stomach, and the digestive system. Clean it out. Everything down in your abdominal cavity need to clean. All them glands from the pancreatic, your digestive system itself, the prostate in men, the female reproductive system, everything inside of the abdominal cavity need to clean up thoroughly. Your liver, your kidneys, all of them, gallbladder, bile duct, everything down there, your ovaries, your fallopian tube, the duct stem, the uterus, everything. In man, where the vast difference, the scrotum, the prostate gland, the testicle, the phallus itself, everything down there have to clean up. Yes, that's the immune system can get power. So you're cleansing, but you're drinking that water. And you do that for a couple weeks, a month, month and a half, 2 months, simultaneously. We have to now mimic the thymus gland. A good plant to do that is what we call hanamo. Oh my God, it's amazing. It's amazing. And by taking that hanamo drink, got this thing go, when we set up these packages, it goes stage by stage. All them plants cannot be taken one time. It's a stage by stage operation. The animal plant does a good job. And it's a good thing to help also with the fighting with the globulin and the albumin is coconut milk. Amazing. It has some very powerful chemicals for the gut also. Yes, coconut milk. Okay, we want to remove the impurities, right? So very important. Now, so you have the animal drinking, you have the cascara bar drinking, you have the mutamba bar drinking. you're drinking some coconut milk. Now we're getting somewhere. The purging begins and the impurities is leaving, it's moving. Now we are getting somewhere while the water is being drinking. Not any carbonated juices. Water. That's it. And at the same time, we're eating right, especially fruits, which is a key food that was created for our well-being. If you cook, you have to cook right. Some quinoa, some gungo peas, some chickpeas are spelt, kamut, teff, rye, fonio. These are all 100% natural food. Whole heap of Irish mash, whole heap of fruits. That's how healing will take place, and you will get back your constitution. Now, we want to protect the nerves and the heart at the same time. Urtica dayoka, lily of the valley, is two beautiful heart plant, but they are also brain plant, and they are also circulatory plant. But let's say we want to get some blood cleansing. We need some iron fluorine. Dandelion and vervine is those two plants. Keep it going, cleansing that blood, move out the impurities. We want to align the osseous system, the skeleton system. That's where our Irish mash comes in. Calcium and magnesium, phosphorus, potassium. Very important. We are showing you now how to get your constitution aligned. The vervine still works wonders inside the central nervous system, in the central nervous system 1, and then from your brain right down to your toe. Yes, very important with that vervine. Another good nerves plant is what we call Damiana. Jamaican people call it ramgoat dashalang. Now that plant is an aphrodisiac. Yes, but you're not going to venture over into the sexual world when you're purging, guys. Remember, when the impurities coming out of the body, you don't want nobody for your colic it. That won't be too good none at all. So you have to pay keen attention. The nerves travel from your brain to your toes, and waves have to come down from the heavens. All them cold sinusitis and allergies and rhinitis or laryngitis that is in the brain, tick clack of cold black nasal passage or your GI tract, are in the brain, have to come out. Peripheral nervous system, autonomic nervous system. These are other systems that are nervous system also. A whole heap of cold fly through the what them call the cribriform plate and stuck up in your brain, especially when you eat rice and peas or white rice or any type of rice that is not right. Them stuck. That is where the eye problems them come in. Hearing problem, speech disorder. All of these things happen with the food buying up itself and the sugar content. But by purging out the gut now, you will find out them start release the whole, them hold on to your system in these receptors up there in your brain. Them have to let go. That's what purging is for, while they're eating right. Now, so the iron fluorine, dandelion, vervine, blood, the cascara bark, purging, coconut milk, purging. Also, the circulatory system to not lose oxygen is of vital importance. That is where you are energy, sarsaparilla, cocal meca, sarsaparilla, cocal maker. Those are energy production. That's in those electrons. 70 trillion volt of electron charged just by drinking those two plants. And your bone whirl is with Irish marsh, Kimo, which is another calcium plant. Keep, because without this bone structure and ligamental tissue, triceps, biceps, this strong collagen and fiber content have to keep it going. Muscle mass, that same sarsaparilla, Morinda royak, trangback, but not the Medina version, the yellow root. These are strengthening plant. Yes. Now, there's so much plant, we could call 100 of them, but them few is a great start to start getting mind back intact. Purging the brain is always about potassium phosphate and copper. Even guava leaf tea, which is a copper plant, is excellent. That stinging nettle, that lily of the valley, that's some powerful brain plant right there. Anamo is a brain plant. Sarsaparilla also is a brain plant. Kankansa is another brain plant. Kinkilibia is another brain plant. But we can just work with the local ones that we have, like lily of the valley. Bugleweed also is in people's backyard. Them just never know say good for them brain. So these plants now get the brain up there and get the brain running. Once you start cleanse and purge whatever impurities in the brain, which is just basically raw coal and sometimes parasite up there eating and feeding on the optic nerves and other nerves fiber there in the brain. Alzheimer's, where people have terrible memory issues, just by drinking marijuana tea, like half of a teaspoon to a cup of hot water, steep for at least 10 minutes, strain it and drink. Now, the nerves is where most of the action is, and that plant relax the entire nervous system, make you rest sound, make you sleep very sound, but also it power up your brain. The skin, if the skin has been breached or impaired from viruses, some people have fungus on them skin and them skin and break out. Maybe there's some virus in there like syphilis or herpes or gonorrhea, So that animal is still good as a skin food. Fennel are so good to fight virus, and a powerful viral plant that we call Isapsus. Officially, we call it Isap. That the book David, I think Psalms 51, purge me with Isap, is good. Cat's claw, another viral plant, very powerful. Andrographis paniculata, powerful. And then this plant now that we use, what we call quassia, is a skin plant. It feeds the skin cells with its beautiful liquid to remove impurities from the skin. So there you have it, why you're not supposed to be getting sick any at all. Get to work. We sell these products also, but you hear the names and you hear what they can do to your constitution. So don't stay unhealthy, because even for our queens, we want healthy reproductive system. For the kings them, we need healthy male reproductive system to get clean infant, clean baby. Now the children them are born sick, the baby them are come, but as them arrive, them come sick. We have to cut that out. We need healthy people for a healthy society. That's the Almighty can reign inside of us, that we have longevity. Bless upon ourselves. I will give thanks, and we will talk again.